Hey everybody, welcome back to Coffee Break. My name is Bubba, and I was a coffee dude at Google for 11 years. In this episode, we'll be going over the price of coffee, what the fourth wave of coffee could potentially be, some stuff going on with the UC Davis Coffee Center, a couple podcasts, as well as an event coming up. And as always, if you want to skip ahead at any time, you can go ahead and look at the timeline in the show notes, and you can go ahead and do so. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so the first thing we'll look at is the price of coffee. So from the month, it started at about $2.86 about 30 days ago. Right now, it sits at about $2.43. It's a difference of about 35 cents. And year to date, if we're looking here, the price of coffee started at $1.17, jumped up about $2.43 rather, where it is right now, which is a difference of about $1.25, and it just keeps going up. So yeah. Kind of crazy. I wonder when it's going to come back down. All right, so the second one I want to briefly touch on is the UC Davis Coffee Center, how it's laying the foundation for future coffee investigations. It started to do a lot of experiments on different coffees, cold brews and such, and they initially wanted to only do something that included about 10 to 12 pages of research, but they ended up realizing that a lot of the data is kind of inconsistent. Nobody's really there's no standardized way to measure things in regards to roast and acidity and such. And the paper turned into about them going through about 129 publications, and it says with a compilation of nearly 8,000 data points. So a big part of what they were doing is standardizing a lot of these processes so that down the road, as more people do experimentation with coffee, it can be recorded more evenly and on the same level, so that they can kind of know how to interpret and manipulate that data. So yeah, really cool stuff. If you don't know much about the UC Davis Coffee Center, it's up in Sacramento in California. It's something that I believe Pete's Coffee is a partner with them there, and they just do a whole bunch of coffee research. You can find more information about the UC Davis Coffee Center if you do a quick search on Google Online. All right, so the first article that I want to actually talk about is something I found that talks about what the fourth wave of coffee could potentially be. So it's saying it's more scalability and not necessarily science. It's saying that the emerging fourth wave of coffee isn't about taking science of coffee to the next level, but instead about scalability and bringing specialty coffee to the masses. Science increases or developments within the scientific field of coffee are more an extension of the third wave, not necessarily what the fourth wave could potentially be. The article goes in a whole bunch more detail and covers a lot of really interesting reasons why they think that is. Yeah, go ahead and, if you have time, check the article out. It's a really good read. All right, so the first podcast pick of the week is once again Daily Coffee Pro with Lisa Farr. The topic is how to hire your dream team. So this is geared more towards people who are coffee shop owners. She mentions somebody that she knows that she's working with a Daily Coffee Pro, how they own a coffee shop in Saudi Arabia, and what they're doing to hire people, quality people that they're looking for. And a lot of it revolves around them being really intentional and clear in the kind of person that they are looking for and the kind of person they're not looking for, so that people automatically understand what the expectations are. She has some pretty interesting things that she does when she posts job postings. So check it out. Again, if you're a coffee shop owner looking to hire people, it may work for you, the little tips and tricks that she kind of gives in the video. And yeah, give this a listen if you have some time. So the one thing I remember hearing about a while back is how Starbucks tried to go into Australia at one point, and they had a really difficult time. They ended up getting kind of pushed out, and I never really understood why. And I found a little video, it's from CNBC, that came out a couple years back about that whole situation and what happened with Starbucks. Pretty good video. The reasons kind of make a lot of sense, and really, if you think about coffee culture around the world, it's not the same thing. Everywhere is different, but Starbucks kind of they had a model of how they do things, and they've been successful at it, and thought that model would work in Australia. It didn't really. But yeah, check it out if you have time, if you want to learn a little more about how that went down and kind of what their plans are to get back in. All right, and then one last thing, there's an event coming up, and you want to mark your calendars for the 3rd Annual Roast Summit coming up February 10th. This is a free online event, and it's pretty much all roasting stuff. It's going to be people who are newer in the industry, older in the industry, a lot of ideas being exchanged. Some of the topics that they'll be covering in some of the sessions that they have are tasting the roast curve, finding our way to a perfect profile, coffee research trends, consistency in roasting, why green coffee matters. But yeah, go ahead and sign up for that if you are looking to roast, or if you are already roasting and you want to kind of develop your skills. I'll put a link to the website in the show notes. All right, well, that's all we have for today. If you can, go ahead and hit that like button for us. That helps us get the channel in front of new eyes. If you would like us to cover anything, and once again, leave a comment in the comment section, and subscribe if you can, if you aren't already subscribed, to get notified of the most recent drops. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and we will catch you next time.